That's horrible.
Today's laser talk is, obviously, if you could guess, Jurassic Park. A 90s classic, to be sure.
Oh my gosh.
So we talked a little bit about it briefly in one of our 90s videos in the year that it was released, but man, I want to talk about it a lot more because I know you absolutely love this movie.
I feel like everybody loved this movie.
Yeah, it's a great
It was dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
That's the only one I think, though, that is one that will last forever.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is timeless.
Yeah, even like Jurassic
timeless.
World and things. I think that it borrowed a lot from the first one for reasons. You know, it really brought back the nostalgia for that one in particular.
And it did a really, really good job.
Yes, as far as all these old franchises coming back, I think that's one of my favorites. Where it actually kind of worked. Well. It wasn't perfect, but it worked.
Well, no. But my biggest problem was the lady.
Well,
I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
With her heels.
Yeah. But this is an incredible movie, and I think a lot of people talk about the special effects, particularly with Jurassic Park,
oh my gosh.
which at the time were mind blowing,
I
absolutely
think
mind blowing.
They do really.
They still look fantastic. I love the mix of the practical with like the really good
animatronic.
CGI, but like the practical, especially when they meet the sick dinosaur, they pull off on the road and they get out. That's one of the best effects ever. It's beautiful, even to this day.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible.
It is. It's ridiculous, and they were really there.
Mm-hmm.
They were dinosaurs, and they were alive.
Yeah.
And you could see them, and it was so cool. Oh my gosh. My brother was obsessed with dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs too, but my brother was obsessed with dinosaurs, and this was super exciting. And I mean, like after growing up with Indiana Jones, like.
I think aside from Indiana Jones, this is the other movie that probably made museums the most money. You know what I mean? Of like kids being like, "Oh my gosh, I want to go see dinosaur bones." You know what I mean? Like I think this really.
But this guy right here, I don't know what his name is.
What the actor's name?
The actor, but oh my gosh, sexy man. But I love his character.
Yeah,
I love Alex.
I think it's one of the things that's not talked about enough. People talk about the interesting moments, and they talk about the dinosaurs a lot and the special effects, but the script was fantastic. I think it was done so well, and even though it changed a lot from the book, I think it changed it in a way that in many ways I think worked better as a movie. Like I think the book, just like frame for frame, like word for word what it was, would have been a cool mini series. Versus if you're gonna have a movie and this is more of like a family affair movie without being too kiddish, you know what I mean, compared to the book. I think as far as the book to translation, making the movie form, I think Jurassic Park's incredible.
I don't know. I don't know. You can't really compare the two because they're different.
Yeah.
In very different ways. I love the ending.
Yeah.
In this war,
And I think overall, this is the only one of his that I actually like the first movie better, and a part of that is the nostalgia of seeing this as a kid. Like it's definitely biased in that manner.
Well, yeah,
but if you compare that to like
you saw this before you
right,
this.
Yeah. But if you compare it to like Congo versus its movie, and like a lot of just even like just like all the different Jurassic Park sequels compared to some of the books, like Lost World, the book compared to the movie, and like everything else of his, the book's usually better. This is one that I think I have such an attachment to from that time period.
Yeah.
That I will watch this over the book.
I don't know, but the book was different, and the book is much darker.
Yes, yeah.
And it's much more like Michael Crichton has like a fetish with like animals like stalking you to the point of like like absurdity.
Yeah.
Which like after a while you're like, okay, the T-Rex we're done.
But it did really well. I think what was beautiful about this is that it transformed that book into, it was family friendly, but it was still horrifying in parts. Like as a kid, like with like the raptors, like especially when they're in the kitchen, when they get in there towards it, like, and even just
them.
like
I love them so
the
much.
T-Rex, like that sound effect. That was one of the things I was looking forward to the most when we saw Jurassic World. Yeah, because that's one of those sound effects that in the movies is like an experience. Something about the combinations of sounds that they put together to make that T-Rex roar. It's just so guttural too. It's not just loud. There's something about it that you feel, and not just like the reverberations of like loud sound. Like it's something
about that sound
Perfect.
that it makes you just feel like terrified and
you can almost like, but you almost like feel and smell like the movie as you're there. Like the world, you feel this island like feels real. The dinosaurs feel real. Everything about it, it just, especially as a kid, like oh my gosh, it was coming to life. Like dinosaurs are real.
But I did like the book is better in that Alan is not like hating children. Like, he has, like, Picard, like, he's like Picard.
Yeah,
like,
uncomfortable around
children.
children.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like, he's, like, a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's much more lovable in here, and I love that. But, I don't know. I don't know what I would pick. It would depend on my mood, I guess.
But
it was fantastic.
It doesn't have Jeff Goldblum, though. The book doesn't have Jeff Goldblum.
But it's weird because anytime I read this, I like anything that he says, it's Jeff Goldblum. It's his voice.
In your
I can
head.
picture him. Like I literally cannot picture anybody else.
Yeah.
He has ruined that specific
he is
character.
He is that role.
He's
that
Malcolm.
Character.
It's weird. But I remember because you've never experienced this, but I grew up with my parents had a bird. They had a parrot, and he was a double yellowhead Amazon parrot. And once they reach puberty, they're absolutely vicious. They are psychotic. And so my whole life I was taught, don't touch the bird, don't go near the bird, don't provoke the bird, just leave the bird alone. And the bird would scream, and he would talk and curse. He didn't really curse, but he would talk, and we wouldn't touch the bird. And he would get into these moments where his eyes would just go back and forth, and he would like move like this, and he would just talk, and he made these sounds, like these little clucking sounds.
Yeah.
And we watched that movie, and I was like, that's so weird. That's what the bird does. And I thought it was just so weird that like it reminded me, the raptors especially, remind me of Buddy.
Well, they are more related to birds.
And they are related to birds, but I always found that interesting that like they were more scary because of that, because I was always told like, don't touch the bird will bite you, you'll need stitches, it's bad, he'll kill you. But I don't know, for me this movie was just, I don't know. I think that's one of my favorite Spielbergs.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
It's gotta be the top 3.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not my favorite, but definitely one of my favorites.
I don't know.
It's great.
I don't know. I'm not good like you at ranking things. You exist to rank things.
E.T.'s definitely my favorite when it comes
I
to
don't
Spielberg.
know.
E.T.'s definitely my favorite.
E.T. is very like in the year it was made.
Yeah, I guess
feel like
you can see it feels very 80s and like
It is of the 80s. There are 80s but the animatronics in this they hold up better. I don't know. There's something about it that just is so timeless that even though they could make it better now and they can make it look better, and they did in Jurassic World, it still wasn't better.
I think this looked better. If you go back and look,
it was too
I think
clean.
Yeah, it was too clean. They look more alive here.
Yeah,
they look like you can
which
touch
is
them.
weird.
Yeah.
But that first scene when they first see the dinosaurs and that music and how could you just get goosebumps thinking about it?
Yeah, and it worked perfectly. I mean, of course you're having one of the greatest directors ever, but just the way everything was shot, timed with this just incredible score. Just it was so good at evoking emotion. Everything about it, when it needed a slow kind of panning up shot to see the dinosaurs, it worked perfectly. When you needed just kind of quick shots, and there was especially the raptors. Part of what was horrifying is that you didn't always get a clear vision of them. You got
saw,
the eye or something, or the tail going around a corner. It was done so well. It was just that concept of throughout the whole movie, you never actually let the bomb go off. You know what I mean? The constant ticking, and then the payoff at the end is when it's about to be sort of that Alfred Hitchcock, the bomb going off moment. Then you have the T-Rex come in, and the whole ending scene is that's incredible and so iconic.
I love the T-Rex, but the raptors are scarier. The T-Rex is scary, but the raptors are smart.
Right, but then
they're scarier.
Then the series as a whole, though, even including Jurassic World, has gone overboard with the raptors.
But everybody loves raptors.
Of course,
I feel like everyone's always loved raptors.
But everyone loves Jurassic Park raptors. Not everyone loves the little the vicious chickens that
they're a little bit bigger than chickens.
The mythological raptor is one of the most iconic dinosaurs.
It's the same thing as a unicorn. Unicorns are supposed to be the size of a goat.
Yeah.
It always pisses me off because they're
if you'll
goat
picture
size,
the last
but
unicorn, but prettier
no, they're goats. Yeah. They have beards. That's what a unicorn is. In real life.
Yeah.
When you really see a unicorn.
Real life, yeah.
But the raptors, I don't know. When I think of a raptor, even though I know what a raptor looks like,
you still think of Jurassic Park.
I still think of that raptor, even though I like them better with feathers.
Yeah.
I love the look of them with feathers.
Yeah. This is one of those movies that'll never go away.
That's just so cool.
This is one of those that was on my short list for movies that I don't want on anything else. You know what I mean? This was one of those movies that it has a LaserDisc feel to me. It feels like that kind of a classic big movie.
One of the few, because you're much more into movies and the whole experience, but for me, this is one that I would love to watch on a big screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a projector screen. Like, this is one of those, like, that would work so well.
Yeah,
there are Star Trek.
Yeah,
like,
there are some movies that, I mean, everything is in some ways better in the theater atmosphere, but there's some that I can still get just as much out watching just on my TV. You know what I mean? Just like, it doesn't have to be that, but this is one of those that for some reason it feels like a motion picture. Like, I really, like I would say, there's a difference, especially now the line is blurred so much between the feeling of a TV show and a movie. Like now, with like Netflix and stuff, like there isn't really that separation because part of it was budget like, too. Like, you can tell the quality difference, but like there's a certain style and feel. I feel like to something that's truly a movie, like a film,
I feel
versus
like we're
something
losing
that
that.
can. Oh yeah, I think it's going away completely.
Like, a lot of like directors don't try for that, or if they
Well,
do,
even,
like. It's in like a TV series.
Right,
it's in something
they feel like high budget TV shows now, a lot of like movies. You
or
don't
it's
have
like
as much of a movie
a Michael
feel.
Bay thing where they're like, in your face, in your face, in your face.
But like this is one of those that just, it has like a movie feel.
Yeah.
Like you want to see this in a theater.
It's an event. It's not just like a movie. That's like an event. Like you sit there,
get
you
your
have
popcorn,
your
you
popcorn,
sit down for 2 hours, and
you see it, and you are emoting, and you're feeling it with them, and I love that movie, and the music just makes it so much better.
It's one of those like the Star Wars theme, or like, you know.
But I feel like that music is at the same caliber.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It really is like up
like the
there.
Indiana Jones theme. Like there's certain songs, certain theme songs, especially that everyone knows, even if you never like have seen the movie it's from or TV show it's from or whatever. Everyone knows that. Yeah. It's just one of those songs, and to have a movie that is so timeless like that I think it's incredible. Great '90s movie. So I wanted to come on here and rant and ramble about a great 90s movie here a little bit more, trying to touch down more on some great 90s classics. Yeah, read the book too, definitely. You know, even though I said I do prefer the movie, it is...
Read the book.
Yeah, it is largely about what it did when it came out, as far as, like, I love, being such, like, a film buff and, like, attached to it nostalgia-wise because we were kids, but
this is more of an experience, but...
Yeah, it's a different experience.
This is for adults.
Yeah.
This is for grown-ups.
But, yeah, so another great 90s addition to the summer of the 90s.